Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your anchor, Bo, coming to you with the news. In this week's news, we'll be going through world news, sports, news from the United States, business, science, and that's about it. In world news, top stories include Iran. Not me personally, I'm talking about the country. As you've been hearing lately, there have been a lot of interesting things going on in Iran. There's a lot of things being covered up by the government and lots of stories that need to be told. What's been going on is that the young people in Iran have been rebelling against the government, and the government, in order to appease the young generation, had an election during which they voted out the current ruler of Iran. Unfortunately, the entire thing was fixed. Therefore, the current ruler is still in rule, and the young people are getting pretty angry. Also in world news, Greenland, which has been under Danish rule for as long as Greenland has existed, is loosening its tie with Denmark in order to become independent. Rumors are that they would like to become part of the United States, but we'll see where that goes. Interesting story about two Japanese men found in Ukraine carrying about 138.5 billion counterfeit US Treasury bonds. Now, where they got these Treasury bonds, obviously nobody knows. It has not been covered by any major news networks. Interesting topic today. I was going through the New York Times yesterday, reading all the top stories in the news, and under the business section, there was a little piece about Obama and the internet. Now, the piece was about how Obama has ordered the government to create a website. I'm not sure what the address is, but you can probably look it up pretty easily, in which this website would enable the people to get on and tell Obama what they were concerned about. Unfortunately, this was a little more than Obama could handle, because he ended up with a lot of stories about, or with a lot of questions. Many of them being about legalizing marijuana, UFOs, and Obama's birth certificate. So, we'll see where that takes Obama. Also in the news that I thought was pretty interesting, BlackBerries. Now nowadays, practically everyone in business has a BlackBerry, right? Well, apparently, the business world has become somewhat addicted to these BlackBerries. There's people sitting in meetings, in the middle of meetings, and they're doing stuff on their BlackBerries. And a couple people commented, this was in an article obviously, a couple people commented that they glanced over their shoulder and realized that they were playing a racing game in the middle of, an important meeting. If it's like an important meeting, that's just like rude. Just for all of you BlackBerry addictees. I'm not sure that's a word. Anyway, so the BlackBerry has become more annoying than it has useful. In the world of science, which I thought was super awesome, get this. Mosquitoes. Well, everyone knows that mosquitoes are relatively useless creatures, right? I mean, they suck human blood. It's pretty much their only purpose in life. Well, in science today, a man named Gregor J. Devine and his team discovered a way to get adult female mosquitoes to spread pesticides to their larvae. What they did is they had these dark, damp cloths that they set around a certain area that there was only like 2 or 3 for, like, what was it, an area the size of It was like a cemetery or something where they did this experiment. And what they did is the adult female mosquito, she would rest on those dark, damp cloths because that's what they're attracted to when they're pregnant, I guess you could say. In doing so, when she landed on these cloths, she would pick up the pesticides. And when she laid her eggs, the pesticide would spread to her larva. Now, the poison only works on the larva, but what was awesome is that this ended up in a 98% mortality rate of the larva. So, ladies and gentlemen, we may someday end up with a mosquito-free world. In sports today, there was a soccer match today for the final between the United States and Spain, ending in a surprising victory of the U.S. Score was 2-0 in the United States' favor. They will advance to the final against whoever wins tomorrow. And that's your news for today. Thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you soon. Stay cool, San Diego! Wait, what is it? Stay classy, San Diego, or something? I don't know, I didn't watch the movie. Well, stay classy, YouTube.